We'll play a little game of If You Only Knew, okay? Just throw a question. What's your guilty pleasure?
Eating ice cream in bed and falling asleep.
What's a delicacy you can't stomach?
Uni, sea urchin. It's this beautiful delicacy that everyone thinks is so fabulous.
Sea
and
urchins?
delicious. It's like salt. You would not like it.
No.
It is the exact opposite texture of what you'd like, but it is the most incredible delicacy.
Snails, look at that. What's a dessert you don't like?
A dessert that I don't like. I don't like cherry cordials. I don't like booze in my dessert. I'm a purist in that way.
Childhood celebrity crush.
My childhood celebrity crush was probably Mr. Rogers. I was a really big fan of him.
Guilty pleasure.
I love watching the Fast and the Furious movies. I'm like an action-adventure junkie.
Have you seen John Wick?
I have.
John Wick 2?
I have not seen John Wick 2. Do not tell me what happens.
I don't have to tell you what happens, except a lot of people get killed. That is one of the wildest, funniest. It's funny to me.
Keanu. Who
It's
knew?
hysterical. I love John Wick 2. See it. Biggest risk you've taken?
I think the biggest risk I've taken is getting married. And this is like, I moved from Virginia to New York without like $1 in my pocket. I opened this business. You got to sell a lot of cookies to pay the rent. But I think like one of my biggest accomplishments and biggest risks in life was getting married. That takes a lot.
What does your husband do?
He's in restaurants. He's a restaurateur. He has
Does he own restaurants?
Yeah.
What restaurants does he own?
He has 11 Madison Park in New York City, which is the best restaurant in the world. He's a very high standard.
He's a chef?
He actually is on the dining room side, so it's a really good marriage. No pun intended. He's up front.
You have children yet?
Nope, not yet.
Most exciting food city in America right now?
That's hard. I mean, I live in New York City, so it's an exciting food city, but when I travel, LA for me is always incredibly exciting. Austin, Texas, Chicago, Washington, D.C. is super exciting. San Francisco. There's not just one, which is really exciting. Something
you wish you were better at?
Skiing.
Secret talent.
I'm a terrible skier.
Secret talent.
I could sleep in a bed with all of the dogs and all of the puppies. They just make me feel warm and cozy and safe, and I could just fall right asleep.
You have a lot?
I have 3 dogs.
What do you think is overrated in the food world?
I think that bacon in desserts is like one of my pet peeves and overrated in the food world.
How would you describe your style of cooking as a genre of music?
I love that you made the Beyonce reference, so I will not take that for my own. I would say it's like something that's like classic, old school, like the Beatles, mixed with something that's like new age and upbeat. You know how they do the mashups where they put one on the other? That's what I'd say we are.
A chef you trade places with for a day?
I would trade places with Martha Stewart.
Know her forever. She's a long-time friend.
She's lovely.
A person you trade places with for a day?
You know, growing up, my best friends and the people that I always wanted to be growing up were my grandmas. I just thought they were the most fantastic people in the world.
Best compliment you ever got?
That tastes good.
If you weren't a chef, what would you be?
I secretly love driving, like hitting the open road. So one of my ditch plans has always been to be a truck driver. Like drive across America, eat, explore food, do all these things.
Heavy wheeler?
Just drive. Yeah. I'm also like a little bit of like a tomboy and like a speed demon on the road at heart. So I'd really honk my horn.
You live in New York, though.
Yeah. For a little too long, maybe.
Something you long believed to be true and realized wasn't?
I'd say like one of my greatest life disappointments was realizing that Santa Claus was not a real thing. I just wanted to believe, even though all signs were pointing to the fact that it wasn't a real thing. I held on for a very long time.
I remember when my son Chance, he's now 18, was 8, and we got him a big hockey game, you know, that big table. He looked at the box in the garage where it came in, and he said, "How did Santa get that box on the sled with all the other gifts, and he never believed again. And then he taught his little brother that there was no Santa Claus.
The worst.
Vicious.
The worst. The greatest disappointment in life.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on demand on Aura TV and Hulu.